I also feel that by writing in a language that is not my mother language, no matter how fluent I feel I am, I still have less tools than I would in my own language. And this, instead of being an obstacle, has forced me to be very, leaner and more spare, because I don't control the language 101%, There's always a fraction of the language that I feel I'm not in control of completely. And that little insecurity that I have, A, is a challenge, and B, forces me to, it's like someone said, it's like going on a hike with less gear, You still go up the mountain because, people have always been climbing mountain with less gear, than we have today. It's more of a challenge, but you're more present because you really need to know what you're doing. So for me, the obstacle has also become, I think, strangely,
The asset.
And another thing which I think is important is that, in Italian, translate and betray are two words that have a similar root. Tradurre is translate, tradire is to betray. So a translation is, in a way, a betrayal of another language. And I feel that by writing fiction in English, I am partly betraying, my mother tongue, my identity, my family, my teachers, and everything. But on the other hand, and again, this I think for a writer is invaluable, it frees me from I don't have any witnesses. It's like I don't have, my parents here, my ex-boyfriends here, my teachers here, the literary critics of the Italian, nothing. It's like I'm writing in a language that for me doesn't have an audience, doesn't have a history. I don't have a history or enough of a history so that I am conditioned by who will read me. And that, I think, even though it's not true, because of course there are people that will read me and they will judge, but in a way, in the process of writing, as I'm writing, not having that in front of me has made me feel more, braver, more. I'm less constrained by certain inhibitions that one has,